Tushelle Thaddeus. I'm 33 years old and I'm the founder and owner of Latouche Beauty here in Linfield. I came to be at Ellie Lucas because I had a desire to learn beauty therapy and I wanted to learn from the best. I took a personal trip to Australia, fell in love with Melbourne. I wanted to be the best 6-star therapist I could, and when I visited Ellie Lucas I knew that was the place I needed to learn from. I decided to fly halfway through or around the world to Ellie Lucas to study. It was an investment, it was a leap of faith, it was a commitment, but there is nothing like that in England. I had done my research at home, but nothing ticked all the boxes, and when I flew to Ellie Lucas, obviously the weather is beautiful, the opportunity to study abroad presented itself and I decided to go for it. I am very much supported by Guino. We are a Guino salon through and through. I offer no other brand, we are exclusively Guino. After building up a great rapport with them and totally buying into their treatments that are very results driven, we have recently won an award called the Salon of Excellence Award, and we were chosen as the only salon out of 1,500 to win that award. I decided I wanted to enter the beauty industry. I have a career or a past career in musical theatre and ballet, and I've always loved hair and makeup and looking after myself, and I know that you can try and help someone else improve themselves, and just 10 minutes spending with someone to educate them can make a difference to their well-being, and that's what I felt I wanted to give back. And I'm hoping by being a salon owner I can encourage my therapists to do the same. That's our ethos within the salon, really, education. Linfield is an amazing village in West Sussex, which is about half an hour from Brighton in the UK. It's a fairly small village, has 2 primary schools, a pond at one end and a church at the other end, and it's lined with very quaint boutique shops, coffee shops. It's a real community atmosphere, and as a salon owner I've been very welcomed by the local businesses and also the residents. They're very supportive. I feel very lucky to be able to expand and bring beauty to this area. The course gave me excellent ground knowledge in terms of the business side. Ellie Lucas don't just teach you the skills for the practical side of it, but they also teach you the business acumen, the foundations that you need in terms of running a column, the revenue, every part of that, which I was totally green at. I knew I had a love of customer service and delivering treatment, but the other side of the business I've had to really work on. I worked as a one-man band for 3 years, rented a little room, but it set me up for the first 3 years to enable me to build my clientele. And then in 2013, I opened the high street salon that we have here, Latouche Beauty. We expanded from 2 therapists to 7 in the first 7 months, and we've just gone through 2 years. I don't think initially I went into this thinking I would be a business owner. Thankfully, for the first 3 years of my career, once I returned from Ellie Lucas, with that ethos in me and the skills that I'd learnt, I was able to build a clientele that were very loyal. And then I decided it was now or never, and I wanted to bring beauty to my local village. There was no other salon, and we've cherry-picked therapists. We're a team of 8, nearly 10, and they've bought into the ethos of the customer service and the client journey experience that I initially learned at Ellie Lucas, and it stood me in very good stead. I never really got the demand for treatments right. From day one, we got through 500 treatment menus, and we now have a 3-week waiting list. Clients book at least 6 months in advance. Obviously they can change their holidays and things, we have the flexibility to do that, but our treatment standard is definitely in demand, and I credit that to the experience that I had in my training at Ellie Lucas. Owning my own business is a dream come true, but the time just flies by, and I think time management is a priority that maybe I need to tackle a little bit better. I enjoy learning lots of different things, and I've had to learn things quite quickly. I was confident in my role as a therapist and what I could deliver in that aspect, but when you take on a business of this size and it also then employs others, that brings a whole new ball game. I was very green in many areas, so I did approach business mentors who still mentor me monthly. The biggest challenge is finding staff, and I wish there was an Ellie Lucas in the UK because it would make my life a lot easier. I never realised the standard of my training until I returned home and started employing people. There's lots of colleges in the UK that do offer a government scheme, but it's nowhere near the standard of Ellie Lucas. And it's very frustrating because the girls come out of college, even with the ones that do have drive and ambition, they don't have the basic ground knowledge, so we have to go from day one. And that's frustrating for them as well. Whereas I know if I could ship them off to Ellie Lucas, they would be running a column from day one in the manner and the fashion that I believe we need to be delivering. I had done my research at UK colleges, but nothing compared. The minute I arrived at Ellie Lucas, I was welcomed. I felt like the course was tailored to me. I felt like I was important to the school, and what I wanted to achieve was listened to. In the UK, I felt I was just one of many. And I knew I wanted to be a 6-star therapist, and I knew from just visiting Ellie Lucas within the first half an hour, that's the place I needed to do that. The facilities are phenomenal, the educators are first class, they spend time with you, you build friendships, you build rapport, they go above and beyond, and it's worth every penny. I have a very close family. It's a very small family, very close. And when I discussed my options with them, which we did, I laid it on the table, initially they were very supportive, but I think that's because they thought I wouldn't actually do it. So when I came to apply and I was successfully offered a place, it felt like a dream come true, and then you have to start the ball rolling with finding accommodation and booking the airfare. I don't think my mum was too pleased, and unfortunately she wasn't able to ever visit the college during my time there. But one day we hope to take her back to where it all started. Obviously now she's extremely proud, and she's a big part of the reason for the success of my day-to-day running of the salon. I chose to do my international exams with Ellie Lucas because they are world renowned. And at that stage I didn't quite know where my career was going to take me. I think it's very important that you have options and find those options, grab those options with both hands. And by doing a world-renowned qualification that Ellie Lucas can offer, I knew that I would have options open to me, and that's valuable. It gives you time to work out where you feel the industry can take you, or you can take the industry. And there's lots of different dimensions to the beauty industry, which is wonderful, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. But if you've got a qualification that allows you to explore those options, the sky's your limit. If you're looking to venture into the beauty industry and become a therapist, if you live and reside in Australia, I appreciate that Ellie Lucas is probably the obvious choice. They have a wonderful reputation within the country, and I know the success rates are huge and it's in demand. Coming from overseas, I think obviously I took a leap of faith, but I had to do that. I had to find a college that is the standard of Ellie Lucas to be able to become the therapist I am today. There wasn't really any huge risk. Once you meet with the college staff, see the facilities, they are world renowned. I can't even explain very well to my beauty therapy friends who have trained in the UK the difference, because they are just so vast. They need to go and see it for themselves, and sadly in the UK at this present moment we don't have anything like that. I would love that to be the case one day. If we could have Ellie Lucas #2 in England, it would be wonderful. Advice for anyone looking to go into the industry is find someone that believes in you, find the best training you can, and I'm sorry to say, but it's only at Ellie Lucas. I'm not paid to say that, but that's generally how I feel. I knew what I wanted to achieve, but I don't believe I would be standing here today in a salon that's about to expand with 10 therapists if I hadn't have had the training at Ellie Lucas, and I couldn't be more genuine and sincere about that. So thank you.